right, everybody, welcome back to the final day of BPL for this season, Season 9. Today we have, honestly, a pretty good, Hells, how dare you. We have a pretty good little set of games. Best of 7 between Bloatier and Autopilot. I'm going to bring up the bracket real quick, as I have a fear we're going to have to wait for Auto to come online. Is Bloatier's online? No, it's not. You can see with the bracket, you know, we had some pretty awesome games yesterday. I know, like Hells and I were talking at the end of the stream. The Autopilot Randy set, absolutely fantastic. The Sash versus Auto Tabula game at the edge of your seat, crazy gameplay, very fun to watch. How you feeling with the games yesterday, Hells?
Yeah, it was a great series. I mean, we saw Autopilot bleed in both of the matchups. Randy taking a game off him, Sashkoran taking a game off him. Then on the other side, we have Bloatier just smashing through, 3-0ing Emre, 3-0ing C3BO. Both extremely good players, but Bloatier didn't drop a game to them. So now we have the reigning champion, Autopilot, who's dropped matches, or dropped games in his matches, facing Bloatier, the previous champion, who's undefeated at this point in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that's
should be a good time.
That's definitely something to say, right? Being undefeated going into this bracket is definitely pretty impressive. And you know, Auto almost, I would say, able to say the same, but he was up against some literal titans of the 1v1 scene. You know, like you're going up against Old Man Randy himself. The bane of Auto's existence, I think, in the majority of these games that we watched. And, you know, Sashkoran is not a slouch. There's one of the better, you know, just players overall, I would say.
Yeah, the practice partner, right?
The man
who's helped. One of the reasons Autopilot is where he is Sash is there. So, definitely two strong players he's against. And Randy's a magician. Like, what can you say about Randy?
He just makes it work. We can't question it. We just let it happen. Well, we also saw, I think Hells, you called him just unhinged. C3BO actually breaking out from Flying Duck in a 2-0 deficit and reverse sweeping. And kind of just continuing the trend of being absolutely unhinged. I don't know what is in this man's, like, coffee. I don't know what he's doing. Like,
somewhat psychotic. Apparently, if you don't build radars, you have a certain characteristic, and that is to knife fight everyone. And C3BO was definitely out there fighting.
Yeah, it was crazy. I swear, if you weren't watching, like, his comm for me, I would have missed him dying at least half of the times that he died, because all of a sudden his comm is just in the craziest spot. And, you know, what is he doing?
That's the confidence. The confidence with which he walked at Flying Duck's base in the last game with Flying Duck's units behind him is something that I don't know how you get that feeling. How you know that you can pull off this walk. But he did it, and he took the series in a fantastic reverse.
He did, and honestly, sometimes against some very good players, you really just need a little bit of chaos. You need a little bit of unhinged gameplay, and that works. And
we have Autopilot. Oh,
we do have an Auto online. Nobody panic, he's here. But yeah, today we have our best of 7, and I'm gonna see if they're ready for some picks and bans. Because I know I'm curious. I'm just hoping. I know we're probably going to be disappointed here. I'm just hoping nobody bans Tabula. That's all I'm hoping. Like, come on, just give us Tabula. That map is awesome. It probably won't be awesome after it's played 20 more times, but you know, maybe hopefully we don't get there.
It would be very. I would like to see it, but I feel like it's probably the map that's least in these players' styles.
Wait, oh man, maybe I have these backwards. I don't. Who's first seeded? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I just assume Autopilot is, but
I would also
be mistaken.
Yeah, because OS. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Okay, look, don't have it wrong. We're saved.
So Autopilot at 71 OS and 1v1. Bloater 65. Those are nutty numbers. I'm assuming it's pick. Good luck, Lost. This is all you, buddy.
2 bands rest picks is what I have. Yeah. Okay. Whew. We're saved. I'm not. Look, oh my.
He's locked in.
Loader's just making me sweat a little bit. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Hell's, you know, we're gonna have to come back to this after we see the maps, because I think that is gonna determine a lot here.
Yeah.
But we're both kind of feeling this is Autopilot favored, right? We saw the finals of Alpha Cup recently, where I believe Autopilot 4-1 to Bloater, and if you just look at the scoreline, you would think, okay, these games kind of suck. These games, like, it's just a 4-1 kind of a stomp. It was anything but that. Like, it was absolutely just 5 very intense games. And I'm kind of hoping we get...
Yeah, unlucky, buddy.
Bloater, I get it, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you. But I get it. Wait, did he call it tabula rasa? Hold on.
Yeah, tabula immediately gone. But pretty much, I think the thing is, these players have very similar play styles. They're not the same, but they're very similar. And that means these games are always hotly contested, but a small advantage gives the game over generally, and so far from what we've seen, Autopilot tends to find that little edge that leads to the win eventually.
Auto trying to turn on ranked is funny to me. I respect it. You know what? Suck each other dry. Take each other's OS. That's how it's meant to be.
So we have Canis picked by Autopilot, Cold placed by Blood-Air. Ooh, Blood-Air's up for the ranked games. Everything on the line, not just the tournament, but also their rating points.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know you and I have played in tournaments before, right? Where you could have an entire team go from like 60-50 OS and lose, each individual person lose like 5 or 6 OS at the end of it. You know, you can have some crazy stuff.
Pro very good at scamming teams of their OS.
Yeah, for sure. Pro's very good at sucking OS out of enemy teams. Oh my God, they're spending more time figuring out if ranked is on.
Choosing their maps.
Oh, okay. Here we go. They're actually going to turn ranked on. Confidence. Okay. Well, eventually we'll get back to choosing maps.
Yeah. This is less important than the OS that's on the line.
I'm just looking. Hold on. Did I break the brackets? Nice. Hold on. Now I'm seeing things. Hold on. What am I seeing here? Trophy over the scope. What is Randy talking? Never mind. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Who knows?
I'm just helping out a little bit here.
Yeah. Just in case, you know, more people want to get in here and do a 2v2, you know, for BPL finals.
Yeah.
Sounds
really
fun.
make it fun. Each player calls up their most trusted partner.
Oh man, I can't even imagine. Like, that could actually be super funny. You think you get some good games here. So Auto is picking, we're finally getting back into this. We're going to pick Red Rock. I mean, at this point, Red, there's no bans. They're just kind of picking the order. It's just what games they feel picked. Okay, that's just a funny way for Bloater to type that, is saying, I picked death. Like, okay.
Pick death, yes.
I don't know.
You know what you mean, but...
Yeah, it's definitely a way to say that. Charlie in the Hills after Eternal Consequences, and that leaves something. Crystallized. Right? Yeah, Crystallized. Which makes sense. I think this is probably one of the least popular maps in the pool, it seems. I don't think I've seen this get played almost at all.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen a single game in the group stages or in the round of 8 that I'm aware of. Even in group stages, it was maybe 1 or 2.
And look, I may have strong feelings on that map, and why that is. As that map, you know, I'm gonna say it, this is gonna be bold. The map is bad. I said it, I know. That's controversial, maybe. But
What a hot take. Unbelievable words from this commentator right here. Lost really coming out swinging today with these takes.
Just not a good map. Unfortunately, what can you do? You know, not all maps are winners, and that map, unfortunately, is not a winner. But, well, we are...
It'll be funny if that's the map that decides those series, though.
Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay, I saw black screen of doom and I got scared on OBS, but we're totally fine. It's just making me panic. We're fine. But we're gonna get in there and we're gonna see between Auto and Bloater. Game 1 of this best of 7 on Canis River. And already we see a bit of a difference here, Hells.
Yeah, if there's any map to start the series on, I can't imagine a more common one than Canis for these two players. Bloody has seemed to favor the central spawn, whilst Autopilot has favored the Geo spawn. Legitimately, I can't tell you what the big difference is, except that I know one is going to rush Geo to go air. And the other's not.
I mean, I feel like just having access to like the easy Geo, I don't know. It's a personal preference thing. I feel like for me, there's probably actual like 1v1 lore and tech and reasoning behind it, but I just feel like having access to that Geo just seems incredibly nice.
I think the thing is, like, you have a bit faster access to your expansions. It's a little bit easier to lock off your mexes if you're in Bloater's spawn, whilst Autopilot has a bit more ground to travel, a bit more space that can be broken into. But then you get the trade-off, you get your Geo. And so, I guess it really depends on what you're valuing. Are you valuing that safe transition over to Geo energy, or do you prefer a faster grabbing of your mexes and taking of the secure high ground?
Well, we also have a bit of an interesting open here. Bloater, again, favoring the core bots open, and Auto with a little more, I think a little more meta armed vehicle. Interesting.
We've definitely been seeing Autopilot preferring and trending towards playing ARM almost every single game. And to great success as well. He's definitely seemed to favor the power of rovers and bullets. And it's worked out every time we've seen it, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, so far I think we've seen this exact build, right? Like the 2-con into Mass Rover. Like, I mean, it's a pretty... I think this is his standard build that we've seen at this point.
Yeah.
And I know it's definitely kind of destroyed almost every single person we've seen who's gone grunts. Almost every single person. In fact, I'm trying to think of a moment where he hasn't destroyed them with this, and I'm blanking. But
there was some pressure. Sash was like close on that Eternal Consequences
the Eternal
game,
Consequences, yeah.
But once things did not work out, it went bad really quickly. So we'll see how Bloater tries to transition out of this bot phase. But at the same time, you almost feel like Bloater is just going to play defensively, try to scale up, take as many mexes, and then get that vehicle transition. But we'll see. Can he survive the bullets?
We'll have to see if he can get there. I have to assume if anybody can, it's probably going to be Bloater. You know, he's definitely played against this. He knows what the score is. He knows what he's against. But he has got some work cut out for him. Autopilot adding on, it looks like a 3rd con. He's going to have 3 cons expanding. Bloater,
yeah,
similar, just with bot versus vehicle. You know, we've seen this kind of not go, I feel like, the way of the bot player, right? With the extreme speed of the vehicle cons. They really just kind of hard out expand here. How do you favor this matchup, Hells, as if this game continues going on and no damage is done in the next 5-10 minutes?
I mean, there's always that like small window that Grunt has where once they secure their area, they push out the rovers. That the Grunts are very dangerous on the counterattack. But from what we've seen, it really has looked like Bullets is just good enough to not be worried about what approaches it. See, the first rover dying. So I'd say it favors currently vehicles, especially armed vehicles, look very good. But we've not seen someone play it in Bloater's style, and we see the pressure moving back. Again, Otto's so willing to take the fight.
I'm Bloodier not microing actually. I think yeah, Otto will get the mechs. Loses multiple rovers in return.
Yeah, honestly, but the thing is, it's because at the same time, Bloody has pushed Otto out of the backside mexes and is now on the counterattack here. But I mean, this is an easy defense for Autopilot. There's no way Bloody
It should
actually...
be, right? Like, if anything, I think these grunts just hard lose, right?
Yeah.
Just slowly getting run down. Not even really realistically slowly.
Pretty quickly, pretty quickly. And this is what seems to be like the issue, is that the initial grunt push needs to find value, but Otto's just always so well-timed in his defense of it. But overall, there's not a whole lot, and we see Bloodier is to the right, sneaking a group of grunts through, currently not on any radars. Although not...
Getting a little worried, Hells. Like, look at the economy difference, look at the expansion difference. The vehicle cons really paying for themselves here. Just way faster expansion, just a higher metal income.
I don't know if this is going to hold true for very long, because this high ground expansion for Autopilot is not clearly going to go his way. I think he might even lose cons on this high ground if Bloodier pulls this off, because as far as I can tell, this is off radar. This might have just gone onto radar now. And there's no way that...
now, but it's way too late.
Yeah, and he's being pressured on the front side. Bloodier taking a really good trade so far. Can take it on multiple mexes, takes on multiple blitz. Look at that trade going insanely in Bloodier's favor. But not microing on this side. LLT goes up, but the front is knocked down. Bloodier takes a commanding victory in this Grand versus Blitz fight. I don't even know what he did here.
There's about 1,000 metal on the ground here. This metal is very important. I think Bloodier definitely cannot leave this
Bloodier's
here.
smelling blood. He wants to push in and kill more, but I wonder if it's not better for him to peel back and just take out the mexes and the con expanding forward.
Good angle from Autopilot.
Autopilot's really good flank though, getting on an angle in here. Loses a few blitz, but is trading well, but there's no res bots on the way. And I think you're right, behind this, unfortunately, Bloodier is not taking mexes very quickly. And he's transitioned though to vehicle.
I think if Bloodier had killed those two cons on the eastern side, I think this would be a very different story, right? This pressure would be pretty good. Maybe keeping Otto a little penned back, but not killing those two cons, not stopping that expansion. Otto is just kind of booming behind this and getting the reclaim.
Yeah, and he's getting the metal. And I think there was an opportunity for Bloodier to take out these central mexes in the expansion, but going for the base, he felt like he had a chance. He felt that opportunity to really put a statement on the game. Good trade still going.
Yeah, very well microed, I would say, actually, from both players here. Both players kind of living on the edge a little bit. But
incisors are arriving, and there is a res bot on the way, but that's like, there's no more units coming from Bloodier's side of the map, and now I think Autopilot has enough to just jump on and collapse him.
Yeah, all this metal just on directly in front of Otto's base is just kind of, I don't know.
Such good trades. Look at that micro by Bloodier.
It is actually kind of crazy how well he's trading this, being substantially down, right? Like this is how much? This is 400 metal units versus 1,000, and he's making it look kind of close. And it shouldn't be, right? Like,
if he just keeps baiting Otto in at right on the cusp, and there's a lot of units moving over the map. Bloodier is actually getting caught up in expansion. Metal produced only 500 in Otto's favor. The resbot is going to go down, but really the trades are...
Auto commits as the incisor reinforcements show up.
And this is a really big trade again for Bloodier. He's putting the pressure on. He is not letting Otto get this. And
I see a pounder coming. That's going to change this dynamic substantially. Unless the pounder gets
even just the incisors here. This is a lot of incisors that have grouped up. And I think Otto is struggling now on this contest. And Bloodier can start moving this fight again towards these mexes. If he just starts moving in and takes out a bunch of mexes.
Honestly, I don't even know if Bloodier needs to like commit the army, right? Like he could just split off a couple grunts and just kill so many mexes in the middle of Otto's. Otto bringing his commander here.
Otto's moving forward. That's how you know that you can feel this pressure is mounting. But Bloodier is now fighting under an LLT. And that LLT is chipping away. But he's actually feels... You can see Bloodier feels he has the opportunity to just push through here.
And yeah,
he killed all of the blitz.
He killed the
army.
army.
The army value.
I mean, Hells, hold on a minute. Bloodier waking up and smelling blood has decided, you know what, the commander's there, I've killed the army, we're going elsewhere. There is quite a bit of metal on the ground there, but Bloater can get so much
goes
damage.
so heavily in his favor. He can take so many mexes out here. All of these 3 mex clusters, and Bloater has caught the 3 cons expanding. We'll see if he sees it. The cons... Oh, is he just running straight at them?
Oh, maybe.
Bloater is just peeling the whole front line.
Yeah, this
isn't
all
even
of a
the
sudden,
front line anymore.
This is massive damage. This is no longer the kind of small damage adding up. Otto may get 2,000 metal in reclaim, but what he's losing is substantially worse.
And look at Bloater's defenses. He's already got the exploiter up there. He might lose these cons, but I don't think it matters. He's taken out so much. We have Resbots and Thugs out now from Mesas, out from Autopilot, but metal produced equal, energy produced, Bloater favored.
And
I think we're seeing the first game that Auto's going in on a massive disadvantage on a land map.
Yeah, and I think this is, while metal produced may be equal now, it won't be for much longer, as Bloater is denying so many mexes. Killing even more.
A lot of if these cons go down, that's devastating, but possibly a good trade. Might be an overextension here.
Oh, the pounder.
But look at the mexes. The mex
line. Hell's it's starting.
It's approaching.
Oh man, once this gets to this side of the map, I mean, Otto is being down in metal. Look at the metal produced is just kind of blooming, or booming for for Bloater.
Blooming and booming.
It's doing something. We don't know what. It's early, but
we've not seen it before, so we don't know what to say.
It's very strange. Like usually this is Otto doing this, but oh, a few thugs getting included in this queue. Thug Pounder, interesting combo.
Actually, in a medium tanks that also switched in now.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be an annoying thing for Otto to deal with in this situation, I think.
And Bloater is keeping up the pressure, and you can see I don't recall seeing Autopilot's comm moving around during these games.
No. Yeah, the pressures have been a little too much. Even a couple more mexes, or maybe just one mex going down.
The radar dies, which means that he can do this again in a little bit, and now the Pounder's arriving. It's gonna be a pain, and Bloater eating what he can. He's getting out of here, and the army value is not getting better. We're still at a 70% advantage for Bloater. Every metric is red.
Yeah, this is getting worse and worse, I think, for Otto. The Geo going down currently for Bloater. I'm assuming once that Geo goes down, we'll see an air swap, or probably not tier 2, but... Oh.
Yeah, probably not tier 2. If there's a single rule we might know, tier 2 is not it.
Otto.
Commander. Is Otto going to commit his comm? Is he willing to be that brave?
It's definitely brave. I mean, admittedly, you know, it is
the
Pounders.
Are these 3 cons going to die?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Pounders have them in their teeth now, and the Pounders are not going to let go, I say, as one slowly drives away.
One escapes. But Autopilot's army is driving across this front line. Army value has
oh my god,
decreased a fair bit, but I don't know what Autopilot can do versus this army. Bloater sees the comm, is chasing the comm down.
I'm not certain Bloater needs to stop at all, right? Like, I don't think Otto can do almost anything. Like, he just has less metal, less mex,
and
less
the Resbot's going down. Mex is denied, and there is a counterattack to the south, the bottom of the map, but bombers are out for Bloater. He's already into his transition. And I feel like we're going to see Bloater take game 1 pretty shortly, unless this counterattack, which is heading towards his Geo, could do a lot of damage.
It could kill the Geo at a crucial moment, actually, as the bomb. I mean, there's a lot of bombers already done. Even
look at this wreckage field. Bloater's eating it.
Oh man, yeah, okay. Bloater with the Resbot's already here. Otto being denied his own metal, and the bombers are committing. It looks like
bombers might be committing to the front. Otto is a bit APM stalled. Shuris are out. We'll see if he's got enough. Bombers are going in.
See the bombers, but he might save that
There's
Geo.
so many.
Ooh,
but this is so much energy that's going to get. No, that's a lot of solars die. And look at the pressure. The front line is collapsing for Otto before this Pounder medium tank push. And now he's going to go for the Nexus to the side, and he's cleaned up. He lost his Geo though. Fair play.
Did lose
Geo did die. But look at the map state. If you just zoom out, look at the map state at the moment. It is going one way, and that is straight towards autopilot's base.
And even losing the Geo, Bloater with a substantial energy lead at the moment on top of that bombing run, and now bombing mexes, it's just getting worse and worse for autopilot. More
And there's
of the
no
map
answer.
just disappearing.
You can't answer the bombers, right? There's nothing. He doesn't have the energy to make air. He doesn't have the resources to make units almost.
It just gets worse and worse for Otto. I'm not sure what Otto can even do to dig himself out of this hole. Bloatier's unrelenting aggression not going to give him a moment to breathe.
And there's a wave of shurikens approaching. There's a solid conga line of medium tanks. And it feels like time is ticking rapidly for autopilot to figure out the solution, but I don't know what he can do.
I don't either, I'll be honest. I have no clue what the solution
He's rezzing
is.
He's rezzing everything he can, and there's 160% army value advantage.
Like
The Janus are out. Janus do put up a fight, but
he's gonna need an absurd damage efficiency here to somehow pull himself out of this, and even then, I don't know if any level of damage efficiency pulls him out of the hole that he's currently in.
yeah, Bloater just brute forcing forward. The commander is giving ground. The Resbot's trying to put up units, but it's just not enough, and the gates are being smashed down on every side.
Yeah, Bloater, I think, almost needs to maybe peel off some units and stop pushing this small choke point, as this does seem like not something you really want to push into, right? Pushing into the commander and a tiny choke point, that feels like you're asking to get degunned, but Otto,
GG.
call it.
Look at that. Takes down the Resbots, and the map is collapsing, right? Like, there's nowhere left.
Yeah.
Except that choke point.
Yeah, exactly. I
Bloater
guess-
comes out swinging.
I mean, look, Bloater heard some 4-1 predictions, I think, from Hells and I. He heard some 4-1s, and he's like, you know what? I'm not letting that stand, and he's...
I don't think we did those predictions on air, buddy.
Yeah,
but
he
after
still
that,
heard it.
Might be a 4-1 the other way.
He still heard it. I mean, realistically, that was Autopilot's map. That Bloater just convincingly won. It was looking a little dicey, right, with a trade right outside Otto's base, but just...
I don't even understand how that went in Bloater's favor.
Honestly, I think just good micro, and I don't even know if it was intended, but Bloater was in the retreat, his army was losing, and I feel like he was baiting Otto into what amounted to, like, what was it, 10 extra reinforcing incisors, and Otto just got swept. Like, he lost so much.
It was uncharacteristic, could we say, because we've seen similar situations in multiple games before against Auto, but every time Auto came out on top, and this time Bloater pulls it out. It says bad RNG.
Yeah, why is he saying bad RNG? Hold on, what am I?
I think the spawns aren't quite equal, but I'm not sure.
It's... Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because Otto's is right next to the Geo, and Bloater's is a little offset, right? Like, they're not quite... Or offset, I mean.
I guess so. Don't know this map well enough to get that in depth.
I mean, I don't either. I'm just looking at it, and that's what it looks like, right? Like, the Geo's just in a slightly different position, the Mexes are slightly different. I'm assuming that matters, because usually it does, but...
Somewhat, some way it will.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows why? Bloater probably. I'm assuming.
Bloater knows. He knows for sure.
Bloater, tell us why.
Game 2. Yeah, quick. Type the explanation. We need to know.
Yeah, he's not like he's doing anything else. Come on, this is his early game, like build order. You know, it's easy.
You don't need APM right now.
Exactly.
In 5 minutes though, when he hears this.
Exactly.
If he hears this.
Exactly. Well, we're going into game 2 on Cold Place. Bloater up a game. This is Bloater's map pick as well. That being said, I don't think any of these maps is really one player favored, if we're being totally honest. Like, both these players are absolutely fantastic and very comfortable, I think, on any map that they play. Ooh, okay, so both players core bots. Nobody doing little you know, vehicle play. Emre making that look kind of okay early game yesterday, but struggling a little bit on the later portions.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they transition this out. I wonder if they are going to favor vehicle switch, if we'll see like fast herrings to deny mexes, if it'll be a quick bomber play out of them. What is the spot play going to be enabling?
Yeah, I feel like on a map like this, right, you have so much variety. It's a very high economy map. There's water involved, which I know many people, that frightens you, and that's okay. But get a rabies shot.
Have a shower, damn here.
And there's a lot you can do, right? Like you can do amphibious plays, you can do the sea plays you're talking about. It's just cool. There's a lot of interesting variety when you add this water in. Bloater going.
It's a very large map, though.
It is also a very large map. Yeah. But the difference of the builds here, Bloater, you're going a little less greedy, actually making units, right? Not just pure cons, whereas Otto is just straight up mashing the constructor button. He's decided I want to take mexes.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bloater expects this to be a vehicle opening again. And so he feels like it is necessary, mandatory even, that he goes grunts to defend against potential rover harass. But we do see the first units coming out for autopilot now. I think they're pretty even on their cons. Bloater has, what, 5 cons? Autopilot has 5 cons.
Yeah, relatively even, actually.
But 5 expanding for Bloater, 4 for autopilot. And we see the grunt pump beginning.
Yeah, Otto just a little bit quicker, right, on getting the cons out, so has a slight metal lead. 200 metal. It's something, but we'll have to
That's
see.
That's something at this stage.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he can continue that growth, or maybe he stumbles and doesn't defend his expansions.
I think this looks like it's going to be a pretty safe, calm early game. Unless someone makes a massive error with their initial grunt fights. Looks like both players are going for a full-on macro mechs taking focus here.
Yeah, I mean, on this map, this is kind of almost, I don't even want to say it's the most important thing, but it's definitely up there. This is a very high economy map, and the big difference between a lot of the players that are playing this map is how well they can macro. Ooh, nice micro from Bloater. Gonna pull back, weaken grunt.
Does take the first initial trade, but we do see some sneaky shenanigans from autopilot in the hills. Might show up on Bloater's radar, might not. It'll be pretty difficult to say.
Yeah, it's almost there. We'll have to see. Bloater looking like he also wants to go play in the hills. Ooh, just barely does show up.
Yeah. So both players are going to be creating some pressure. Very good coverage, very good net. You can see Bloater very aware. Well, sorry, you can't see. I'm looking at Bloater's point of view. But Bloater very aware of the mountains at the moment.
Yeah. Well, because you have to be, right? Like, it's actually such a big fear of some hill grunts showing up behind your base on all of your exposed mexes, and you really just cannot afford to let that happen. Oh man,
Bloater takes the trade to the north, but Bloater disengages and wins the trade to the south.
Yeah, so far, pretty even. Just a slight lead to Otto, just off of the early, earlier greed, I guess, right? Like, he was just a little quicker getting cons out, and he still shows.
Bloater does have the units sneaking through to the north, so that might be something that comes back to bite autopilot in a minute or two. But there are more units on the way, and very good radar coverage. Every Mex cluster gets its own radar.
I think it's smart, right? Especially with these players where, there's not a lot of LLTs being made, and they're just relying on their APM and their I don't even want to say game sense, but the reaction times,
This is pretty big. Bloater's going to lose this con for sure. And this trade is also going to go against him.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised Bloater took that trade, committing at a kind of horrific angle into that line of grunts.
And I think he didn't realize, like, he knew, because he's doing a vehicle transition, that he's going to be temporarily weaker, but... Pretty rough trade there. That could definitely come back to bite. You never want to lose any cons this early. We'll slow him down. He was actually ahead of autopilot in the expansion towards the center, but with that con death, autopilot once again takes the lead, though. That grunt we spoke about a minute or two ago has reached the max. You'll see if he commits in, does go in for the max, takes it down barely.
Well, and the incisors are here, and now I think, you know, I'm assuming if we go look at Otto's base, it's going to be similar. Yeah, we've got our vehicle lab out. He's just slightly behind on the vehicle transition, but, you know, positionally, I think he's
far ahead in energy per second, right? Like
yeah, he's a much better position positionally, I think. For
Resbots go down.
Ooh, that's actually a big pick.
A bit of a catch. This could be a really good trade if I think Bloodier maybe wanted to commit onto this, but no, he pulls out actually.
Yeah, Otto in a kind of
Bloodier
awkward angle there, right? Like he's just grouped up at a big blob, so most of his units couldn't actually fire. But I think the LLT there forcing, catching this con.
The con going down here, a bit of a mistake from autopilot. See, actually, Bloodier opting for the Geo on this map. Wind very strong, so I wouldn't even say it's absolutely necessary, but incisors arrive, and now this fight is going to stall out again, and soon we'll probably see pounders.
As somebody
Look at that. Both players make pounders.
yeah. As somebody who studied the school of Teddy, okay, I believe the Geos are always good, okay, even on maps like this. And admittedly, this one with 10 men is still pretty insane. But this is kind of an awkward angle here for Bloater. Not a lot of units in the north, only a few incisors.
Yeah, not really good radar coverage. This could be another big pick-off. There's no units. This means these cons are going to die.
Ooh.
Trying to put up an LT, no shot they're built in time, and that's going to be a big sting, I think, to the macro state of this game. Bloater will not be able to now keep up with this northern expansion.
Yeah, and Otto is already swapped into his first, shall we say, a little stranger play, as we have some guard bikes heading across the map. Once these,
honestly, I like it.
I do too. And especially as you really have no vision of these happening until they're hitting your side of the map, and you have such a huge coastline that realistically, there's not a lot you can do to prevent them from just hitting anywhere.
And opting for a naval yard now as well.
Ooh, I definitely like this from autopilot. Yeah, the herrings plus a couple frigates on top of this. Really strong transition.
Yeah, it feels like this game is just going rapidly in autopilot's favor. But he is going to need to find something to pull himself back into this game, but it feels like every play is going to get destabilized, and this bomber play, while a very strong line of play, is going to get countered by this herring play.
It doesn't, I actually don't know. Does this spot the bomb? It does spot the bombers. Wow, that's incredibly unfortunate. Gives Otto so much time to react.
Ooh, but Bloater getting a crazy good trade here with the initial pounders arriving. Kills a bunch of autopilot's units.
Well, bombers are going to go. They will spot the herrings, as one bomber is going to fly directly over them both. Ooh, the scout tied to that herring. That is incredibly unfortunate. Although Bloater, realistically, shouldn't really need to see where Otto's base is.
He has a good idea.
There's so much AA in this. Oh my.
He does get the bombs dropped, but doesn't take the converters out, which would have been a nice little catch there for him.
Yeah.
Now with the guard pikes arriving, mexes are falling. Funnily enough, they are running into a line of pounders, but
who expects the pounder wall as you're leaving the water? Kind of actually unfortunate place to leave the water for Otto. Shipyard going down for Bloater.
Spamming out supporters, interestingly enough.
I don't hate it, right? You've got 2 frigates, 2 herrings. You get there's a lot of sea to play in. You could easily outposition them and surround if you have micro. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for saying it, Bloater.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, boss? Stop caster cursing everything.
Oh my god. If you micro. But unfortunately, there's a lot going on.
A lot of ifs, but no.
Bloater's trying to push back Otto on the southern side, while also playing a little bit in the hills.
Yeah, a lot of pressure all over, but the map state just looks so much better, I would say, for Otto. Big fights all over the map at the moment. I would say, unfortunately for Bloater, the eco is just heavily in Otto's favor, and C is now looking very unpleasant.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the map, if we zoom out and look, you can see Bloater has been denied pretty substantial amount of his mexes, right? Like maybe this pounder counterattack actually just drives through. Wait, there's nothing here. That is a lot of exploiters, but these are pounders.
Yeah, the pounders will do some work.
Ooh,
We have destroyers coming out from autopilot. Lydia is switching into orcas. Twin Guards are slowly breaking the front line. I mean, if autopilot's a little bit too complacent, you could see Bloodier finding his way in, but
that is a lot of
brute
twin
forcing
guards.
it.
Cons go down. It's
Yeah,
still a
Twin
lot of
Guards.
twin guards. I mean,
The Twin Guards will go down. Bloodier is through on this side, and to the north he could, if he just pushes, he goes through. Maybe we overestimate just how this game state is, but it's a bit concerning seeing the destroyers out and Bloodier's come in the water.
yeah, I was getting a little worried watching him walk into the water there, knowing that he does not have sea control, and really how far behind I would say he is in just the size of his navy. Now, admittedly, he's getting pretty massive gains, right, on land for this. So if he can just stall the navy, then there's some hope here. Like, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Orca has made contact, but there are multiple destroyers out, and that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I don't know if Bloodier's gonna get up to the Orca numbers that we saw yesterday, where really was making Sash sweat. Auto was that is.
Yeah. Massive number of pounders. My god, the pounder stream from both players is just immense at this moment in time.
I've heard pounders are quite good units. I'm almost afraid Bloatier is going to commit onto this massive twin guard setup, and
I feel like I think he thinks he has to, and he might have to, honestly. Because the sea is not looking great for him.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, I think he is going. Oh, this is going to be a hot mess. I think that is. Maybe he does not realize exactly how many twin guards are there, plus the pounder wall behind it. Bloatier may break through this, but at what cost?
The pounder walls are both arriving, and the resbots are going, and the navy fight is raging on. I think Bloatier is going to get kicked out of the water here, unless he's got all the destroyers. But no, the destroyers are. There's 3 orcas versus 2 destroyers. I actually don't know.
The Orca's unfortunately not shooting the last destroyer. We'll probably end up going down here. Oh, not microing. Actually, I think this is a very key battle for Bloatier. That is unfortunately not directly microing. If he kills this destroyer with the Orcas, or even just his whole navy.
He's doing the spinning tech, you know, to hit the things, but Bloatier is on the front line, and I think autopilot with this massive res ball, with the securing of the northern enclave, a massive number of gar pikes also currently going across the map.
Yeah, I'm not sure Bloatier has what it takes to recover this one. In a very similar position to Auto in the last game, just a slight. Oh,
but
man.
I think he's about to get pounded. He's close, but that is a large number of tanks driving very slowly after him. He might be faster, but the Riptide's also shooting.
But he cannot stop running, as that is so many pounders. Res pounders, made
But he's at an angle. The pounder's about to reach him.
Oh, no. Oh, no, it's bad. Oh, Bloatier uncloaked. It's so uncomfortable. Every time he deguns, he has to. Oh, it stopped him every time he degunned. He's just nowhere to go.
1-1 between Bloatier autopilot.
Yeah, kind of funny. They're actually 1-1ing each other on each other's maps, right? Like they're beating each other on the maps that they did not pick. Kind of amusing.
Yeah. We'll see if that holds true for the next one. Back to a autopilot pick, I believe. Red Rock.
Red Rock Desert autopilot pick. We'll have to see. Is this, it's a little. This one is a strange map. We've seen some strange games. And we'll have to.
See
Wait, say it again.
I think we're going to see this game. I have a suspicion.
You think? It's possible. I think the only person I've seen breaking out more core on these maps is kind of Bloatier, right? Like, Auto, I think, really favors Arm almost on any land map, except for apparently Cold Place, which I makes sense.
Apparently, yeah.
Like, you know, grunts in the hills, pretty powerful. Pawn tick in the hills. I mean, they're annoying, but are they as powerful? I don't know. You tell me. Looks like we're getting in. Into game 3.
Think we got any crazy starts? Bloater suddenly pulling out the air open.
I don't think Bloatier's that kind of player. You know what? Like, Bloatier is the most consistent, I think, he's just a strong, consistent player. I don't know if I've ever seen this man do an air start in a 1v1. I'll be totally honest. I don't know if I've ever seen it.
And what about Autopilot? What if he pulls out the air start?
I don't think I've ever seen Otto do a 1v1 air start, actually. You know what? I don't think I've seen either one of these players ever do that. Not one time.
Exactly. The element of surprise would truly be on their side.
I'm sure they've done it, right? I'm sure. But I don't know. I've just never seen it. Oh, and Bloatier breaking out core. Okay.
I wonder if people... There's no way. Looking at this, taking 5 mexes, this is definitely vehicles
yeah,
from Bloatier.
I can't imagine you'd 5 mechs into bot. I mean, right? Like, you surely...
Yeah. I was like, I wonder if he does bots again, but no, this 5 mechs here makes me strongly suspect we're seeing vehicles. I assume Autopilot will also opt for vehicles. And so we'll be getting the classic Rascal Rover violence.
I feel like on this map, it maybe isn't so bad with the choke points. This just feels, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna reach a... Oh, he's going bots. Never mind. I take it all back. I have no clue what's happening. We're going bots.
Yeah, no, we just aren't really good enough at this game anymore.
I accept that. You know what? But I'm excited to see where this man goes with core bots into armed vehicle. Bloater made it work on Canis. Maybe he can make it work on Red Rock.
Yeah. He's definitely a believer in core bots. I mean, he's played it, what? This is the 3rd game in a row.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he did it in most of the matches we watched.
And I think we saw in Canis a lot of the benefit of core bots comes down to impeccable micro, right? And he really...
Yeah.
I mean, and Autopilot is also known for his impeccable micro, and it was literally that close. Like the grunt micro was keeping Bloater in it. He was just heavily out trading. I don't even just say heavily. He was barely out trading Auto, just enough to actually secure that.
Yeah, he found that transition over to the incisors, and the Blitz never got that run back opportunity that we've seen Auto hit against pretty much every other player. And I think that's the big difference in what we saw on Canis compared to every other game we've seen. So, Blood is going to have to look for it again. I feel like this map is so big, though.
Yeah, the pressure, right? Like that Bloater was able to put against Auto was just a little too much for Auto to deal with, right? Like you said, the blitzes not being able to go across the map, not being able to actually use their speed. You basically just had worse fighting units trying to fight incisors, and that's, you know, that's not where you want to be. That's not what you want to be having to do as the armed vehicle player.
Yeah, exactly. And we see Autopilot doing this absolute standard 2-con expansion that he always does, but we see some blitzes coming out, very early blitzes, I'd say, and he's going to look to put that pressure back on Bloodier, not let him get this expansion going.
Yeah, already swapping
ready
off of Rovers, right? There's a lot of blitzes in the queue as well. I think Otto is deciding, well, I don't want to be on the back foot. I don't want to be defensive this game with blitzes. I want to be aggressive. I want to get in there and do stuff. And he's
I think it's also because Rover really doesn't have a good match into Grunt, right? Like, it's not a matchup that at all goes into Rover's favor, unless you can sneak past, but again, we've discussed it. This is an open map, theoretically, but there's a lot of choke points on it, which is definitely going to make life more difficult for the Rover, but the Blitz are going to arrive. They will show on the radar. We'll see if Bloodier responds fast enough. He's got an LLT, so he's somewhat ready.
I think you see that grouping of radar dots like that. I think you know what that is, right? Like, especially the speed.
Especially seeing one faster. He's like, that's probably not what I want to see at the moment.
The LLT, I think, will help a lot. If he pulls his cons back, Bloatier, good reaction.
Interesting. And he commits in. One blitz goes down immediately. And he's doing a good job already covering the next entrance. We'll see if he's got enough.
It's going to be close. 3 grunts. I think, well,
good
again,
micro
good reactions, man. This is... This is
It
where
is
Bloater's
on top of
awake
us.
and ready today, man.
Look at this counter swing. That is a lot of grunts coming out. Ooh, nice little pick here by Auto. I don't think it really does that much. But it is annoying. It is an APM tax, and you need a lot of APM at the moment if you're Bloodier. You have to look at your grunts constantly. You make a mistake, you know you'll get buzzsawed by blitzers.
Ooh, and speaking of, just slightly too late to pull back, but even then, just I think the grunt
Full
numbers...
trade's good, and another blitz goes down. 4 blitzes for probably 5 grunts.
Yeah,
You take
that's
that
a
any
trade.
day of the week.
That's definitely a good trade, man. Bloatier has more grunts coming. I think even probably, wouldn't be surprised if we see a Resbot added on soon.
Yeah, there's already a Resbot coming on its way to the center. But now he needs to be careful. Now he's like in the jaws of the beast, and I think Autopilot is going to go for this.
Yeah,
We'll
Bloatier...
find a really good trade, yeah.
Oh man, the reinforcements are going to show up, but still kind of strung out, just not quite there in time. Even then...
And that's like what Auto couldn't find on Canis, was that engage where he just gets to wipe out the line. And this time he gets it, but Bloodier does control the center of the map, is getting the reclaim.
Ooh,
Not too bad.
okay, even Opti.
He's going in again.
Yeah, Bloatier, he wants to keep the aggro here. He really likes keeping the aggression on Auto's side of the map. The LLT is up now, and I think going to make this substantially harder to actually push
Auto
into.
also opted... Wait, Auto opted for a lot of solars. Like, he's probably kind of metal starved at the moment compared to Bloodier.
Yeah, Bloatier, you know, I guess it's just the cheaper units can kind of afford to expend this amount of metal on some solars.
This LLT is going to be just in time again. He's got the radar, he sees everything approaching.
Yeah, there's just no opening here for Auto to raid. It's just Bloatier. Oh man, even the Exploiter going to finish just in time to defend
Just in
against
time.
this.
Will he go for it? No, he sees it finishes. And the vehicle switch is now coming from Bloodier. I think he's pretty happy with this. Like, it's a relatively even expansion game.
Now the question
And
is,
honestly,
Els,
there's...
does he hit the incisor button or do we just hit pounders? Yeah, okay, hold
Well,
on.
looks like he's hitting the pounder button. This
Yeah.
man says, raid? No. I see where I'm attacking. And it is straight towards Autopilot. But to the north, there's actually a problem for Autopilot.
Ooh.
Okay, it looks like he's not going to push at all. And there's already blitzes on the way. So less of a problem, more of a solution by Autopilot.
Could have been a problem, but yeah, I think luckily for Auto, Bloatier not really deciding to be aggressive.
You
Cutting
see
off
one
this-
pounder, and then he switches into incisors, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That's not too bad. I was afraid we were going to see the pounder conga line already and just totally skip the incisor phase, but Bloatier getting caught here.
Really, yeah, it is three bloods onto 3 grunt, pretty rough one, but LLT is up. Could maybe break through, yeah. You'll see if Bloodier... He's already sending some reinforcements there.
Trying to block and protect the LLT, which, I mean, realistically, should
I
be
think
able
you're fine
to.
with that. As long as the LLT lives and the mexes don't all die, reinforcements arrive just in time. Honestly, this now opens the window for Bloodier to counterattack. We actually have Janus out here by Autopilot, but the Pounder's about to arrive, and honestly, how does Auto deal with this blob of units moving to the south and just trying to go in on the other access point?
I have no idea. All I know is once that pounder is parked in that choke point, it's done. There's no more push than that. That is just not going to be something you push into. And actually, Bloatier, almost with the pump fake here, I think he's going to decide to push this and
Auto-
break open the front door.
Auto switching topside. Bloodier
doesn't see
had a
it.
window to push.
He has no radar there. He didn't see it until now.
Ooh, and his units are committed to the north, and Bloodier is committed to the northern fight as well, so he's going to be aware of this. He sees all the blitz show up. Bloodier really good radar coverage, by the way, like, extremely good. I think if Bloodier just splits his army,
Ooh,
the
Janus
counterattack is
not
going
good.
top. But
Bloatier
he
does
just splits his army, he
exactly-
can wipe everything, yeah.
Oh,
he just can wipe
no.
all the expansions, and there's no way Auto's attack is going to push through to Bloodier's base if he gets some pounders out. And if he commits to kill this attack that's going to clean out the mexes, his main base is open, and if the energy dies, the game's also over. I think Auto's in a bit of a catch-22. There's no right decision anymore. The Janus is getting jumped on. Blodia easily defends this. Janus goes down. Blodia commits in, is winning this fight with a half his army killing mexes.
Oh, this is just catastrophic for Autopilot. So much of his economy just going down, and Blodia just sitting pretty on all of his mexes, losing maybe, what, 3 mexes? Or
3, 4 maybe at most.
just absolutely gutting the economy of Auto.
Yeah, he can clean this out. Honestly, Auto's a little bit lucky that Blodia didn't decide to commit onto the solars at the back of his base. But once again, the Janus are on the front line. Janus is being picked off. The Pounder is just obliterating everybody. It shot everyone there.
Yeah, the Pounder not really caring who it's shooting, just knowing that it wants to shoot. And
Blodia has respots here already. He's been eating the wrecks in this area.
yeah, Auto coming back with his blitzes, realizing that this is definitely a far bigger problem than he initially thought it was going to be. Bringing his commander forward as well.
Yeah, Commander's walking. This is how you know Autopilot's not in the game state he wants to be. Whenever you see that Commander on the front line, and now the counterattack goes forwards. There are Twilights, but good connection. But Bladia's going to push through here, and this means we once again see a ball of bullets having to race to the north.
Oh,
and
Z-guns.
commits. Big D-guns, but I think Bladia's just trying to run through to the energy. There's so many Janus being made. This is actually something we almost never see in 1v1.
But
he's in the back line.
Few in, right? He's going to start killing some of this energy. Janus
if he goes onto the high ground, he's not pushing. He's not greeding for this. Honestly, if he went harder for that high ground, he could have done some crazy things. But just look at the map. If we zoom out, Blodia's got his area secured, and he's Pounders on every choke point.
Yeah, and
honestly,
Auto...
I think Auto's lucky at this moment that he didn't just... Ooh, he's committing forward.
Oh, I mean, he may beat these Pounders, but it is going to be one of those moments of at what cost? Good spreads, yeah. Very good spreads from his blitzes.
Look at how many more Pounders are coming, though. Blodia is like, time to turn away, take our retreating advantage, and make sure these blitz do not end this game.
And realistically, that is just so an actual wall of Pounders in between Auto and Blodia's base. Oh my god, does get the con, but...
But at what cost? Blodia has switched to bombers here. I don't think there's any warning on this. So many Janus out. It's looking good for Blodia. It looks like you're right. Maybe the map picks are cursed for both players.
It's kind of funny. I mean, this definitely looks just horrific for Auto, as the bombers are going to hit right after, you know, Auto has just been gutted by this land attack. And I don't think
this is the energy. There's so many solos that are going to go down here. That's a lot of metal being done. And we see that energy production, 400 per second. Wind's about to get taken out. And if anything's going to break the back of the defense, it could be this bombing run, and now he goes for the mexes.
I actually really
Auto has
like
a
that.
sizable army. He has a sizable army still in the middle of the map.
He does, but he's still down like a substantial army value, right? Like Blodia.
But they're Janus. He just needs to find Blodia's commander, you know, which is probably standing at the back of his base.
Yeah, Blodia, I don't think gonna pull a C3BO. I don't think gonna go full unhinged, sprint at them gameplay. His commanders are gonna be nice and safe at home.
There's only at least 21 Pounders between the Janus and the commander at the moment. You know, could be worse. I like this play by Blodia, dropping a con onto the high ground in front of Autopilot's base. Also using air cons to secure the mexes. I think we're just going to see a bit of a stranglehold put onto this game as these Pounders are advancing down 2 of the 4 choke points, and there is nothing to stop this.
Oh my god, it is just a wall of Pounders, just slow pushing in every choke point. Janus being made from Auto, I think actually a very good counter to this.
To the south, big counterattack, but...
Wall goes somewhat up and may inconvenience this attack from Auto, but okay, hold on. I was thinking to myself, what if we make more transports and then go for the assassination on the commander? Surely, Auto, that's what we're doing here, not something more rational like just flying a single tank up there, right?
Well, certainly. Just
Yeah.
7 transports carrying Janus
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Gloria's
yeah.
calm.
Go for the
Ooh,
assassination.
nice little abduction.
Oh, I do like that.
Self-D'ing it. Oh, what if he captured it, and then he could also make pounders?
That's true. He could be making pounders right now if he captured that. Otto, think about that for next time. But Bloatier, yeah, just securing a lot of the top mechs. The Shuriken's coming in on top of the Janus and medium tank army here.
Medium tanks arriving. There's nothing that counters Shuri, so this push is just cooked. And Bloatier just has pounders on every single choke point on this map.
Yes,
You have to feel like he can do what he wants at this moment in time.
It is funny. Despite all of the horrific things that have happened, they are basically dead even in metal produced somehow. I don't know how that's realistically possible, considering how much Auto lost, but I guess just rebuilding quickly and getting a lot of reclaim.
Look into this beamer line. I think you go, yeah. I think you just you don't care anymore.
Yeah, they're all nice and grouped up too. Like the Pounder Splash is gonna do quite a bit here. Yeah. Ooh. Pounders just, I've heard, quite a good unit. Absolutely just running over that position. And now
Some have said that Pounders do good work in 1v1.
They
do. Some have said.
And now the Pounder Raid, rarely seen, but is currently going to happen as these Pounders slowly try and approach these mech clusters to start cutting some of Auto's economy.
They've slowly opened the door so that an even bigger force. We see T2 out of Blood. Interesting. I mean, honestly, it makes sense, right? He's so secure in the map state, and Auto is under so much pressure that, like, you get T2 cons out. I wonder, do you just try to, like, be fancy and just rush and nuke to, like, mentally boom your opponent, or do you just by making tigers? Look, I'm just thinking, this is a lot of mental warfare going on here.
I think if
How would Auto feel if that happened?
I think if either of the players in this were named Pro R Andy, okay, I think yes, maybe we see a nuke, okay, but you know, Bloatier, Autopilot, they're traditionalists. We're gonna see normal units, and yeah, Auto even calls it.
Taps out the stranglehold on this map by Bloatier. Very impressive game again, man. 2-1 Bloatier, not what I thought I'd be saying at this moment in time.
It's very interesting to me that they're beating each other on each other's maps. I like it's not a crazy thing, but it is interesting. I'm curious, you know, going into the next one, Death Valley, Bloatier's pick. Auto, I think Auto probably learned a lot actually from that Randy game yesterday.
Probably.
Which means
I think we're going to see Autopilot win this game. If
it's possible.
Trends are anything to go by.
I was kind of thinking to myself yesterday that Randy really showed the dominance you get on that map if you own mid. You just control both sides, and it's just absolutely unplayable. Like the mid control just seems like just the total deciding factor of Death Valley.
You need to. It's not good enough to have units, you need to have buildings. You need to have defensive buildings in order to really dictate how the map plays. Yeah.
It's very interesting. Well, it's interesting now because I think it's new, but who knows how nice this. Maybe we'll get bored of turret spam, you know, 20
we'll
games.
See. I'm sure we'll see some developments. Honestly, like we might even see stuff like Wolverines becoming more common and Lasher meta, maybe even. Who knows? It's all possible.
Gauntlets.
Agitators, exactly. I will say we do notice a change in the OS in the lobby since ranked game is on.
Oh my god.
Autopilot knocked out, but reaching the even better value of 69. Very nice, some might say.
Yeah, Bloatier's slowly catching him. We'll see if this trend continues. You know, as
imagine if he reaches. You know what number he could reach if 2 more losses occur.
Don't say it. 66, right? That's what you're
exactly.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to pull a Bloatier. I'll be right back very quickly.
Yeah, Bloatier he needs 1 minute. You know, he's a little tuckered out, a little tired. He's had the 3 kind of intense games, relatively quick. We haven't seen. You know, like the longest of macro games, but they have been intense. Well, actually looks like maybe they're getting ready to go in game. I'm interested and to see how both players play this. I think the meta of this map has been, you know, developing. It has really, not really solidifying, but it's definitely there's signs of things that I think players are starting to respect, and I'm curious. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's swap over. You can actually see. I think this is where Bloater spawned last time, if I remember right. You know, Hells, once he comes back, maybe he'll tell me. I'm pretty sure this is where Bloater spawned yesterday against... Why do I want to say C3? No, it was against somebody. I don't remember who. It was against somebody. Otto with the same spawn as well as he was playing against Randy. Alright, well, we're getting into game 4 on Death Valley. Eventually, Hells will be back. And I won't be so alone, but for now, you get to watch and see if, you know, Bloater can keep this trend going, as he is currently up a game. Yeah, I think many of us, you know, maybe expected, I think, going into this, especially after seeing just the recent matchup, right, between Otto and Bloater in Alpha Cup, which really wasn't that long ago. Otto kind of being down games, nobody expected.
Okay, back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you.
And yeah,
we might get our hope though. The game 7. That's what we're all hoping for. Yeah.
I wish it was not game 7 on Crystallized Plains. That's the only thing that makes.
Imagine if it was on
so
Tabula.
Sad. Yes.
Imagine if we had
so
Tabula
good.
game 7.
It's a coin flip. Oh, come on, that's awesome. It's
Rosetta game 7. That's
okay, now. Don't say even. Oh my God, I'm be ready. 1v1 Rosetta, game 7. Hell yeah, I'll be ready for that.
Or Flats and Forests. We give them the choice, you know.
No.
Eternal. No. Crystallized Plains. That's the one.
Yeah. Well, Otto opting for the vehicle open again. Whereas Bloater going for the core mod open. Bloater, I think, has played
what
this
Bloater favors.
every game, right? So far, literally every game.
So far, 4 out of 4. So he definitely believes this is the optimal way to start, and it's worked out for him twice.
He makes it look insane, right? Like his micro against these blitzes and his just unrelenting aggression really makes him look strong. Now you know, can everybody pull this off? Maybe not, as it takes a lot of APM, but
probably not.
Bloater making it look good. Well.
And especially versus Auto. And we've seen a number of players. I mean, Sashkaran was trying this core bot open versus Autopilot. But he never found that good transitional phase. Bloater seems to have a better understanding of when you can switch out of grunts and into the incisor, or as we saw, a pounder even, play and do more.
Yeah, after, you know, like the most recent Pounder nerf, I was kind of thinking to myself, maybe, you know, these Pounder conga lines wouldn't be as prevalent. But, you know, I think after the games that I've seen so far today, not the case. The Pounder...
they seem to be doing alive and well.
Very much so alive and well. Oh, what an... Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. You see the wall that Bloater's queued up here? This isn't even like, let's contest mid. This is just, let's secure our side of the map.
Yeah, I want half of mid is what this says.
Interesting.
And, e-stalling.
Bloater hard e-stalling. The wind of being very uncooperative right now. Can't actually get... Wait, he didn't actually swap because the... Oh, this is kind of ugly.
This could be pretty rough.
I think...
2 mexes. He does clean... To be fair, he cleans out the other raiders. The other raiders got killed. So that's good for Bloater. And if Auto's not careful and he loses these raiders, he's going to lose a lot of map presence. But wind, to be fair, metal not Bloater's problem. Wind, energy, very much his problem. And he kills the raiders. That's big. Yeah. I actually think, even with the damage, Bloater's really happy. There's no more rascals in his back line.
Yeah, now he can cut down, he can close the opening here and actually maybe get some return damage. Otto, very much so, I think, respecting he who controls mid controls the world. His commander has walked so early, trying to secure this.
Unusual even for Autopilot, not his standard play, and I think this comes from what he learned from Randy, like how to secure the center of the map.
And I will have to see, you know, maybe this Comwalk play. oof,
Mhm.
from Auto will show that this is the way to play this map, or maybe Bloatier has a way to counter it.
But I'm surprised. I don't think you can play as aggressively with grunts versus incisors. Like, I think against Blitz you can really punish, but against incisors,
yeah, right. They have your range, but they're just better. they're just outright better. They
have more damage, more range, and more HP than Blitz.
You just you simply cannot fight them like Blitz, or you can kind of kite them, get good favorable trades. Ooh, interesting. Auto, yeah, also, I don't think going to really try and cut his opponent off. Looking
just
more like he's
his front.
Yeah, secure his side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like they both have the same idea, honestly. But we don't see... I think Bloatier knows that Auto's comm is in the middle of the map, and he might be using this to knowing that he has extra BP with the commander, trying to secure the map faster. We see a lot of cons expanding. There are 5 cons expanding for Bloatier.
Is there a fear here that Auto's comm could get sniped? I mean, he is very much so open, and that is a decent amount of grunts coming across the map.
It's unlikely with the LLTs. Like, he has the radar. He sees everything.
Yeah, okay,
right.
This is 3 LLTs now. This is no way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if there's no energy, which to be fair, there is no energy.
He's stalling kind of at the moment, but I think that's maybe he's building the LLT. Oh, no, he is actually just kind of hard stalling.
You see a Pounders coming out here, but Thug's on the way from Bloatier. So Bloatier definitely sees an opportunity here. There's something looks promising.
Wait,
but the expansion is so much faster, by the way, for Bloatier.
Yeah, Bloatier I think wants to go for it, but just not quite feeling confident.
We saw Sashkaran go for the mad dive on this map versus Autopilot. I don't think you can reasonably do this. He just needs to be patient. There's a conga line of Thugs coming, and now Thug versus Pounder is an interesting matchup that I don't think we really see.
From what I know, unless it's changed, the Thugs well microed. Basically handedly beat the Pounders, right?
Yeah.
Like, the Pounders should never get in range, really, and the Thugs, as long as they're not too tightly grouped, really can kind of just eat the punishment and get repaired. And they do just seem to win.
Do you think we see Bloatier bring his comm to the front or not?
Bloatier, if it was anybody else, I'd say yes. Bloatier, I don't think I've seen him pull his commander out of his base in any of these games, so... It seems unlikely.
It's very interesting, though. If we zoom out, actually, at the moment, just to see, like, what every player has. Autopilot has securities half of the map, but he has no expansion into it. Bloatier has 3 cons already taking all of the mexes in the expansion.
Wait,
so he's definitely ahead on tempo.
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal, right? Like, this one grunt
as well. Lasher Tech! We have the Lasher Tech coming out from Autopilot. I knew it.
Oh my god, it's becoming 8v8. Where the Whistler gamers have infected the 1v1. It's horrific. What are we doing? Oh no.
I feel like... And now we get rocket bots coming out of Bloatier. It's truly becoming an 8v8 meta.
Oh my god, I hate it so much. Okay, well, rocket bots coming up for Bloatier, but... Oh my... Hell's I'm unhappy.
We're going to have a rush T2. Quick, which player is going to blink and go T2 right now?
Yeah, we're about to see Art of Bar, I think, pop up. We're going to see a Tier 2 lab get placed.
This is the time. You saw the lashes. Now is the time to go T2.
Oh, no. Well, this is... I mean, look, I get it. It is kind of the way to just slowly break open this front door, but I'm unhappy about it. Oh no, he really is just making lashes on repeat. I had to go check. I thought it was maybe just a few, but no, he's just making them.
I can see the meta developing.
Well,
8v8 all along, the secret proving ground.
I mean, Bloatier kind of needs to respect this. I feel like he almost kind of isn't respecting this, right? He's not really making the right unit. Like, Rocketbot...
Do you think... Are you actually expecting this play?
I mean, no, but I feel like Bloatier's played enough 1v1. Oh my god, Bloatier, this is crazy. I mean, there are Pounders out of position, but...
He wanted the Twin Guard. The Twin Guard was denying his Twin Guard, so he said, I need that Twin Guard.
Yeah, I think it gave Autopilot a little bit of a fright there, but yeah, killing the Twin Guard is going to secure his own.
Oh, please, but he's going to do the responsible game, I think. But honestly, isn't this responsible? I think
No.
air is a mistake.
I think this is a mistake. Yeah, for sure.
T2 is like the play. Like, I know that it's against everyone's ethics in 1v1. But this is the slowest death you will ever experience.
I mean, I legitimately think you make Rocket Bot's thugs into Mash Lasher, you're just asking to slowly die. Like, it's just not...
What if he makes a gauntlet, though?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, break out the Randy. Make a gauntlet. Just anything other than Rocket Bot thug. I don't know. I guess he's buying time, but he's buying time for what? Okay, air is the play, it looks like. Oh my god, we're making Wolverines, hells! Oh my god! No! What is happening?
This is the development we've always wanted.
Well,
8v8 players, eat your heart out. 1v1 is the game you can play too.
everybody, go get a snack. We're gonna be in for a long, sad game, I think, here as Bloatier building up some BP. It looks like trying to.
I want to see Bloatier drop walls so that these lasses stop.
Well, hells, you may get
It's
your
coming.
wish. I see them queued.
Yeah. Look, this is the meta I grew up in. I know how to play this meta.
Oh, I'm disgusted. I actually disgusted about it. Oh, I actually really like this from Otto. The Garpike's coming out, gonna start pressuring in this.
Yeah.
And
Once again, the Garpikes are just going to see the bombers first of all things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and
Once again.
unlike against the Randy, set, there's not a couple twin guards here to stop this. I think 3 Garpikes can walk over this.
Yeah. But this is going to get through. This is going to be some wind damage. Not too much. Very fast response by Auto.
Ooh, nothing died?
By wind damage, I mean nothing. Yeah,
Paint
nothing.
job ruined, I think is what actually happened. That is kind of...
Just go T2. I'm begging you. Just do T2. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh!
It's happening.
Yes!
Bloatier knows. He knows how this works. Artabar. Very slow.
It is!
Very slow Artabar.
Oh, this is truly the peak of the 88 meta.
It's just, I'm so disgusted about it.
And Autopilot's holding the ACLT.
ACLT, Wolverines, Lashers. Oh my god. Where's the gauntlet, Otto? Do it. Break it out. That being said, these Garpunk's actually getting a pretty substantial amount of damage here.
Yeah, this is annoying. This is very annoying for Bloodier. He needs to be careful though. Like, he needs to just spread that front line out and live as long as he can. And honestly, I think you just play like Hyrule Conga. You don't care about making it. Just send it.
I mean, you're not wrong at all.
Finish.
I think Bloatier playing it a little bit more normal, a little less balls to the wall conquer style. As he does have a con out, he is getting some X's up, but he's getting slowly pushed back here. Sheldons are out.
That's
though.
why he has to go to Sheldons, right? Like, if he doesn't have the Sheldons, it's terrible. But now he can buy time. Like, the Rocket Bots will trade the Pounders pretty well, and now with the Sheldons, yeah. There's the T2. Ooh.
Oh, canceling it. He wants bot tier 2.
He wants bots, yeah.
I get that. That's fair. And he knows he's a little behind, but he also knows he's done substantial max damage to Bloatier, right? He's killed an entire side of the map, basically for free.
But Bloatier has faster T2 maxes, to be fair. Like, this is very similar in many ways to the game we saw Auto play versus Randy, but instead, Auto's in Randy's position more or less, but Bloatier has the whole quadrant.
And I think the tier 2 button was pressed, right? Like a little bit quicker. Wasn't that like a 18, 19, 20 minute tier 2? I don't know. It was absurd in the Randy Auto.
Yeah.
Auto building even more BPs, just trying to keep his pounders alive as long as possible to buy himself some time, knowing he's definitely behind in tech. Oh my god.
Oh, Auto Commander!
That was an almost very unfortunate misclick.
I wonder if you would have just pulled the trigger, but honestly, maybe it's like a bait. There's a lot of BP there.
It's possible. It's definitely possible, but Bloatier.
Also opting for actually another ACLT. That's very interesting. And we have some bedbugs? Is that bedbugs he's building or Scarface?
Oh, please don't answer Scuttle. No, it's a bed bug. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I kind of like this, right? I feel like, especially with the addition of the water, and if he can keep this... Oh, wait, is he going to go for the army?
He could. I mean, this army is not... actually, no, I don't think it will reach with the Twin Guards and all these there.
Yeah, I feel like going through the water, right? And going directly for Otto's base could get some insane connections.
It's taking Otto so long to get any Sheldons here, and if Blodia just keeps printing Sheldons, I don't know what Otto does. Like, he's getting his first 2 Sheldons coming to the front now, but Blodia's on like 12 plus. I don't know how many is this.
Yeah, this number has reached a point where Otto is actually starting to drop
16
units
in total.
pretty rapidly, right? Like,
yeah. Oh, he's sending the bed bugs through the water to Otto's main base. That's nasty.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I really would have... If he had gone for the army there, I think it would have been a massive mistake, as he could go directly into Otto's base.
He can duck Otto's eco. Like, he can duck the other side. But,
okay,
I mean, I don't think Otto's front line can hold. Like,
No,
this is no longer possible.
There are so many Sheldons here. Otto does not have the units to defend this, and I think the bed bugs, once they land, are going to be crippling.
Could very well rip this game open. I mean, all of these A-Solars could be dead.
I don't even want to watch the Sheldon slowly break mid. I just want to watch this. Come on,
yeah,
bed
we are
bugs.
watching the bed bugs.
What do we got?
Another tournament first main base bed bug. He sees it immediately.
Bloater?
Bloater?
Oh my god, that could have been better, but that was pretty good.
He could have been a little bit more patient, but you know what? I think I'll take it.
Yep. That is how you say crippling damage, as Autopilot now all of a sudden pretty heavily e-stalling, cannot afford to make these tier 2 mexes any longer.
And he has spy bots out, which means that this e-stall is even more painful because you obviously want to set up your counterplay, but you can't do it.
Oh man.
And there's still a bed bug in front.
I
think Otto's just bad.
Yeah, I mean, his only hope is some insane Spymon connection, right? But even then, like, Otto he's trying to frantically get a fusion up and fix his energy. And he will get it up relatively quickly, but
he's expansion. Like, at this moment, Bloater has the wall to do whatever he wants, and he's sending his thugs to clean out this expansion. He's gonna need a miracle. Yeah. Something crazy is going to have to happen. He's looking.
So what does
if that army stays as clustered.
Spy bots at the angle. Okay, I like it. But he doesn't really have the units to follow up on this, right? Like, he's gonna get insane. Oh my god.
There's a bed bug coming.
Oh my god, please. Otto. He's gonna do it. It's gonna be so disgusting. Oh, that's pretty big.
So close, so close.
I mean, it was almost.
The problem is he's being peeled back everywhere, and Bloody has 2 comms out now, upgrading T2 Maxes.
Ooh,
and
Bloody really needs energy, right? Like, his sumos actually are e-stalling here. I don't even think these will fire.
Oh, but the spy bot. Oh,
does actually.
That is not the connection that he wanted. There's another one though.
Wait, that fiend is like hunting it on accident. That is so unlucky.
Ooh, that's not what you want to see if you are autopilot. But it feels like army value is swinging so heavily in favor of Bloodier, and behind that the metal per second. But yeah, you are correct. I think Bloodier desperately needs that fusion. If he gets that fusion, I don't think this game has any more. Well, he needs another fusion. You know what? I'll say it that way.
Oh really? I mean, he
give him another fusion.
Realistically, I don't know what Otto does to stop this. Oh, it catches the bed bug. There's a second one, but the sumos are in range now, and there's just no. I don't know if there's a way to micro out of this.
He's going to start degunning the sumos, but he is getting shot at by a multitude of.
Ooh, I mean, there is a sumo on top of the Sheldons, but Otto is
this is
so
the
much
commitment.
danger.
Yeah, no, he's down.
Commander destroyed.
The feed. GG.
Wow.
3-1 Blurdia. Were you expecting to say that? It looks like the 4-1 prediction might have been right, Klaus.
I mean, it might have, just in the wrong direction. As I mean,
completely the wrong player.
Is it bad that a part of me is happy that the Lasher play didn't win? You know, like, I get it. I like both these guys, but oh my god, am I glad that Lasher Pounder is not. It's not the meta for this. Oh my god.
But honestly, it makes so much sense, right? Like, it's a
does.
developing meta, and we've all played 8v8s that
Yeah.
have gone through this meta development of like, okay, you build defenses, okay, you see defenses, you make lashes. Okay, you see lashes, you go T2. And it kind of played out in the 1v1s exactly how it plays out in the
It's basically an
8v8, so
8v8
that's so
game.
funny.
I don't even know if Bloater could have hit the tier 2 button maybe a little quicker. Like he maybe felt like he needed more units to make sure he held for the tier 2 transition, but I mean once he hit that button and just started printing Sheldons, it kinda just really ran away from Otto.
He definitely had. I think the bomber play is a play that every 1v1 and small team player feels in their heart is a good play.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you see lashes, and unfortunately for Bloater, it didn't really find any damage, but fortunately for him, it didn't matter given how the game was developing. But that is probably a minute fast on your T2 if you skip that, so...
I mean, I can kind of see like kind of the difference, right, of spawning where Bloatier spawned versus where Auto spawned, right? Spawning on the water on that map, it's kind of dangerous if you don't like fully control, like if you're not pressuring their side of the map, right? As Bloatier just having free access to Auto's base, just 2 bedbugs absolutely crippled him.
Yeah, you gotta rewatch that right now on stream.
I mean, it was pretty good. That was a pretty enjoyable little claim. I was a little worried, right, when Otto started reclaiming it. Bloater didn't seem to be seeing them. I was a little uncomfortable and worried, but
we get there in the end, and
yeah.
T2. We've seen T2 a number of times in this match as well.
Yeah. It does seem to be a little bit more map specific, you know, depending on game state. But it does seem to be a little hard to get there still for 1v1.
I think though, if we see maps like Death Valley developing in that meta, you'll definitely see a place for more T2. But on other maps, more open maps, then it is still very difficult, of course.
Yeah, just 2
And that's kind of the ideological difference between these two players, right there. So we have Bloater opting for the forward position with Cortex once again. Oh, look at Bloatier's rating last.
Oh man, wow, that
And look at Autopilot's rating. Just look at what a fantastic game. Once again, 2 ethical schools clashing.
What a very dark day it is today. Dark day. Well, going into game 5 here, right? Game point. Otto, kind of in desperate straits, needs this win to actually recover at all, or he could get kicked out of the finals right here. Been kind of a spicy one.
I mean, it would be a bit of a flip of the whole story so far if Bloater takes the series 4-1, and I definitely wouldn't say I was expecting it. We knew it would be contested, the games would be close, but I mean, I thought Autopilot would be taking it mostly.
Yeah,
but Bloater showed up, and he's been punching very, very hard here.
I don't even think Bloater's doing anything that crazy, right? He's just being very consistent and having kind of insane micro. Actually, you know what? That is pretty crazy. His grunt micro so far, I will actually say, has been kind of insane.
Fantastic. Like, it's the difference between like what I would say happened to Sash and what we see now is like he's not making that major error. He's not losing his grunts, and he's not ever giving Autopilot the opportunity to take the tempo into his hands. But this is going to be the real test. We saw Sash go in against Autopilot on this map. Sash looked fantastic in the early game, put a lot of pressure on Autopilot. And one mistake happened, and Autopilot won the game.
And we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see.
And Bloater pull it off.
I feel like if it was anybody else, I would say this would be so arm favored, it's not even close. Bloatier's made that look like just a super lie. Like off of his just insane APM micro of these grunts against like the blitzes and just being very, very defensive early, not really losing anything. He's just made this matchup look kind of core favored, I'll be honest. Like he's been making it look pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely looked great. We do see a bit of its change up here from autopilot. A lot more rovers out this time to create pressure on the map. But once again, Bloatier is just so defensively positioned, so ready for every problem that could be approaching him, that there's not really anything on this map for autopilot to even poke at.
It's actually kind of really strongly reminds me, right, of like the old, you know, core bot versus arm bot playstyle of you just play so defensive until you get that grunt number up, and then you just go and punch them in the teeth, and it's looking very similar. Otto again with a very quick blitz swap to head off these grunts. We'll have to see if he can manage to defend. He should be able to. There's not that many going across the map yet. It's mostly just little probes from Bloatier looking for an advantage.
But honestly, it's really good for Bloatier. He's seen the blitz already. He knows there's a blitz out. He's going to see there's a few more coming, but that's all on radar already. Maybe this is something that Auto can find? This might be a con going down, honestly.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's something. That's big, honestly. But again, you could say this is just going to get rezzed. And if Bloatier can take out the blitz here, he can kill both blitz. There's no way. Mech's going down. That's more than... But
I don't even know if the blitz dies, right? Bloatier microing on the front line. I think this is looking kind of okay for Otto.
The blitz doesn't die.
Oh no.
But it's going to ride into...
Yeah, that's pretty tragic. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. That's it does die.
It'll die in the end.
Okay, well, that's pretty good for Otto. You know what? There's no shaking it. Pretty good for Otto. Killing a con, killing a Mex for 2 blitzes. That's pretty good. We'll take that.
Yeah, you will be happy with that trade, but interesting to see. The thing is, there's a res bot already out on its way. But this time, unlike the previous games, we saw Bloatier do a very good job of killing these rovers out of the backside of his base. There's currently a bunch of them just living there. And ooh, big fight on the front line. Grunt on blitz action.
Yeah, it's just the map, right? It's a little harder. Like, this map is so big, so open. It's a little harder to actually get those rovers out of your backline.
Yeah, I think this time Auto found a really good engage here.
Yeah, looks like a lot of dead grunts. Not so many blitz corpses to speak of.
Oh, and that ulti gets up just in time.
Yeah, not certain these 2 blitzes are going to find what they're looking for. Ooh, Bloatier needs to be a little careful. Kind of awkward angles.
There's so many blitzes there, though. 11 grunts versus 12 blitzes. It's pretty scary. But Bloatier is starting to clear out that back line. Once he's secured that area, the game becomes a lot easier to play for him. But
kind of a weird little APM stall from both of them. But
I think Bloatier just got caught on the front line, and he got wiped by Auto on that. It's the first misfight we've seen, and that swings things pretty heavily into Autopilot's favor with the Blitz, who are now going to be able to run back on the map. Bloatier's still hunting these Blitz down.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, that was an absolutely terrible, terrible fight for Bloatier. Unless he somehow manages to kill this whole army of blitzes, that is, I don't want to say unrecoverable because anything could happen, but against Otto, that is absolutely terrible as this is so many blitzes.
Yeah, this is going to wipe the expansion and the cons that are expanding, and even then, I don't think he can stop this.
Yeah, this is kind of what we were talking about.
He's putting down the walls.
Oh, I do like the wall. But
it's not going to be enough. It's still... This is some damage that is going to be difficult to recover from now.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of where Otto wants to be, right? As the armed vehicle player, you really want to be on the aggression. You use the blitz's speed to get on top of your opponent's economy. And I think Otto's definitely in the position to do that, as it does not look like Bloatier can actually fight this at all.
You can see Bloatier is trying to keep the pressure on his side of the map, but it seems like he's just now feeding into this, and it's not working out. But a bit of an APM stall here from Auto means that this LLT takes out a bunch of the blitzes. And overall a good trade. Bloatier's looking. He's trying to keep Auto pinned back, but I don't know. I feel like maybe the damage is done here. Yeah. And army value is getting extremely scary.
I honestly really do not think Bloatier could have afforded to lose that army. I think maybe a little bit of exhaustion setting in. As
one mistake, and it is looking rough.
It was a pretty big mistake. That was a lot of grunts that died.
And like, if he has those grunts and Auto can't be there, he's in a great position, but he's not. And now, I feel like this is looking pretty rough.
If we zoom out and
But the
look,
good news
right,
is-
Bloatier's still up in expansion. Like he's still expanding quicker than Otto, but if the army value is just so wildly not in his favor that once this next blitz wave hits, I don't know what Bloatier does. I think he maybe just dies.
Bloatier might be fortunate if this blitz wave goes straight into the teeth of these defenses and there's a potential counterattack opportunity.
Oh.
Maybe he can get an inside
Self-D.
Ooh, wow.
Wait, there's no way, right?
What?
Oh my God, that was.
I didn't know that
Crazy.
could work that way, and that might have saved the whole game.
I mean, talk about making a mistake. I mean, is that even a mistake? I don't even know if Otto could have
don't even know if
expected
that's a
that. That was
mistake.
insane. Well, all of a sudden, that army value not looking nearly as bad as it once did. Went
You
from
know
like,
what? This whole time it was all part of Bloatier's plan.
Oh
Lull
my
Autopilot into a false sense of security to just make sure that you can blow up your exploiter.
I
And
mean,
now I think this game state is really bad for Auto.
yeah, I think it's really, really bad for Otto. Actually, he went from 140% army value lead to an 11% off of one self
And
D.
defense is collapsing. Bloatier's pushing through. The incisors are there.
I mean, Otto has to be kicking himself. That is such an unfortunate thing to happen. It's not over by any metric, but it is definitely way closer than it would have been had that mistake not happened. Oh.
That rascal is being a rascal, but looks like Bloatier will be there in time. But even now, he's still just brute forcing the front line, and he has resbots to go and eat. So many resbots out. And we see the first pounder making its way across the field, and if Bloatier can just set himself up in this choke point with pounders, I feel like this game is gonna be rough. We do see a counterattack to the north, though. The Blitz are hunting for
Pretty good
once
catch again.
Auto, yeah.
I mean, this medal
Both
is kind of
players-
important, right? I mean, it's 650 medal. It's not a huge field, but it is kind of growing, right? There's a couple 200 there. It is growing. It's definitely not something I think Bloatier could ignore.
Yeah. Bloatier just not having enough E at the moment to spend his metal, but we'll see if he can get his stuff up in time. But man, he is just picking away, and the resbots are at the front line. The pounder has arrived. But if we look on the left flank, we see the Blitz have now reached, and they're reaching past, skipping the defenses. Bloatier has, ooh, interesting.
Yeah, choosing
go
to drive
in.
into the teeth of this. I mean, that's a lot of blitzes, right? He'll kill it, but
He will kill it. Oh, but he collapses on the center and actually kills the whole army in the middle. Pounder be damned.
yeah, good pickoff from Otto actually on both sides. Get an expanding con and crushes an army on the other side. Bloatier just
But Bloatier's
not able to spend.
But he's picking off, Bloatier is picking off the back line of Auto and has taken out multiple expansion. The expansion on the bottom right side of the map has also fallen to Bloatier. So like they're trading damage and it feels like the army is in Autopilot's favor, but the map state is just heavily in Bloatier's favor. at the
Yeah, it's
moment.
looking like Otto really not finding the damage he needs to find. Bloatier just expanding behind this and keeping the aggression up.
If we zoom out, you can actually see like the map is just
It's bad.
it's not
very
equal.
red. It's a very
it's
red
not
map.
equal.
Like, Bloatier's having these energy issues, but he's having these energy issues because he's about 40% more metal income than Otto. Like, he just has more map.
Gets another con
Oh,
getting
man.
taken out here. Are we going to see a 4-1 Bloatier? Is this happening?
I mean, this is looking pretty disastrous for Otto, unless Otto can find something to bring this back. More and more of his economy continues to die. It's looking hard for Otto. More mexes are dying. More mex clusters are falling for Otto. The army. Oh my God, Otto wants to commit here.
This is the big fight. He needs to find a big fight in his favor. If he doesn't, he's not winning this. That's too many incisors and units.
Res
His
blitzes as well.
Yeah. He's attacking to the north, but again, Bloatier is so good with ablative defenses, just covering everything. Bit of damage going to sneak through here, but not enough. And the problem is, every fight that he takes, there's resbots. Bloatier has the resbots to just take it. And now he's barreling forward. think he could take this fight, honestly, but opts to disengage, seeing the LLT go up.
I
Good
think...
play, though.
Yeah, Bloodier will come back for this, right? Surely. Like, I think he's got a pretty massive
He's
army
waiting
lead.
for the spawner, right?
Oh, true,
But I think good play by Otto on the right flank, currently still peeling back the expansion, but they're doing a good job covering it. Pounder's in the center.
Oh my god.
Man, grunts everywhere. They're fighting in 4 different places at the moment. So
It's kind
good
of
luck.
insane. It's all over the map. There's just little skirmishes happening.
But Bloodier wins this fight handily now, and you see for probably the first real state of this game, army value is now in Bloodier's favor. Somehow metal produced, Autopilot's favor. Don't ask me how. Don't know.
I feel like Otto has been getting a lot of the reclaim, right? Like a lot of the
Yeah.
fights have been happening on his side of the map. He may be substantially down in
Pounders.
mexes, but
Oh man.
oh, this poor Pounder. I say poor Pounder is actually getting some good connections.
He said, poor Bloodseigneur with me.
Yeah, for real.
But now, like, this army value is a problem, and Otto needs to find, like, a Blitz run by, but Bloodier is in the worst place. If Bloodier sits in this choke point in front of Otto's base, you can't do anything versus these Pounders.
Bloodier getting the reclaim behind this now as well. Otto no longer able to contest this, and this is rapidly approaching Otto's front door. I'm getting a little worried here for Otto as he's running out of space to retreat to. I don't think blitzes are the answer any longer, right? When you're in this defensive play, maybe he can get a surround actually. Pretty good engage by Otto.
Yeah. But the Pounders are going to, on this exit, they're still just going to chip these Blitz so hard. Really nice split though. Really, really nice play by Otto splitting how he is. And massive counterattack at the moment in the south. To the north, Bloodier's also got a big counterattack. Even in the, actually in the back of Otto's
Everywhere
base,
I
there's a
look is just,
counterattack.
there are different
So
counterattacks
there's 4 fights
happening.
once again. But this Blitz run by is dangerous, but it's running into a lot of LLTs. And this is into Autopilot's commanders moving. We've said before, if you see Auto's commander moving to the front line, it's not good. The problem is this front line is behind his base.
I think Bloodier should be able to defend this. He might lose another Blanks Buster, but...
The metal's all there. He has the res box. And the army is just... Look at... If we zoom out, Bloodier is pushing forward on every side. There's units behind Autopilot. To the north, he can attack for free. And there's not a lot left for Autopilot behind Bloodier. And there are... How many res bots?
A lot. There's a lot of res bots currently resing that wreck field, and this counterattack from Bloodier combined with the aggression on the front, just too much to handle.
It feels like Bloodier just has a better read of the Cortex meta than anyone else in how to play this versus Autopilot's playstyle, and Autopilot fell for one trap, the exploiter being blown up, and this game has...
I think that was the game decider, right? Like, Otto had such a massive lead in army. He had such a massive advantage that losing it off of that exploiter that wasn't even finished. He started the self-feed at 98% or something. And
yeah,
it's
it
just...
counted down 3 seconds while building, finished, and then blew up.
Ooh, Otto getting some good
big,
D-guns.
Big D-guns. I mean, if there's a way back in the game, it's this, but I think we might see the commitment here for the calm.
Maybe not, actually. You're gonna let Otto get away with that. I'm kind of surprised, actually.
I mean, just if we zoom out again, we will see there's bombers coming, there's units
everywhere you look,
from
it's
every
pretty
angle.
bad.
Auto's calm is surrounded.
Destroyed.
GG.
Wow.
Well played, Bloodier. Flipping the script we expected. 4-1ing Autopilot.
I never doubted. By the way, all along, it was all ploy. 4-1.
We did just say the score was going to be 4-1. We didn't say who it was going to take it, you know. We were right. Good job, Lost.
Yeah, we were right, Hells. That's right. That's right. I mean, really, honestly, you know, jokes aside, I mean, that is crazy, unexpected almost, right? Like, Mike Bloodier always looks strong, but Otto has always been just kind of just
a step ahead.
Just a step ahead, and just he kind of just didn't look like this. Look like it this time. Holy crap! It hasn't even been that long, and I'm fried.
And Bloodier really, I think, stepped up in everything that he could do. Like, his micro was pretty much impeccable in every game. There was one blunder in the last game, and then he turned it around with that self-D that I didn't even realize worked that way.
It was a little. I mean, honestly, I mean, once he did it, it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You'd be able to do that, but I don't know if I've ever seen
it done.
somebody do that. Like, you know, that's kind of crazy.
So really nicely played. And I feel like Blodia really showed a solid understanding of just how the Cortex gameplay works versus the ARM gameplay of this very conservative, safe turtle shell style with grunts into trying to create pressure once you've got enough grunts into transitioning into Pounder and Incisor. And he did it too well. He was just a step ahead this series.
And I honestly, even in like the Eternal Consequences game right there, right? We saw where it looked like, okay, it looked like the normal kind of grunts kind of just lost. If your micro isn't perfect, you just lose your whole army and then you're done. And then somehow,
and it's not like
he got a crazy miracle that saved him from losing that. I think he was in a lot of trouble until that.
Yeah, I think honestly that was like a game-losing state, but that self-D on that exploiter was not something that Autopilot expected, and he got punished for it. And honestly, Autopilot is probably going to be pretty sad looking back at this game, because the game really was in his hands until he lost half of his army to the exploiter dying. And that's why it has to be said, like, this isn't just Blodia playing well. Autopilot was playing extremely well, but it just felt like Blodia was ever so slightly ahead of the understanding of where the match was going, where the unit composition was going, where the pounders were going to be going. And fantastic games from both players, but at the end of the day, there can only be one winner, and that winner is Blodia.
It's kind of funny to me that we are looking at like a reversal, right, of Alpha Cup. It's a 4-1, which again, you look at a face value and you think, okay, they're not good games. It's kind of a stomp. You know, they get one game, whatever. That wasn't that. Again, that was a very competitive set that could have gone either way almost every single game. And it just doesn't really tell the story exactly how good of a set that was, being 4-1.
Yeah. I mean, I do think these two players are clearly at the tippy top tip of the bar 1v1 scene. Like, don't get me wrong, there's very good players playing, but these two are just a step ahead, 2 steps ahead, shall I say, since you've been using step ahead a fair bit. 2 steps ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, pretty substantially, I think. Especially because, like, we keep hearing that, you know, the meta for 1v1 is Rover Blitz, and maybe that's true for the most part. It probably is true, but if you just have Bloatier's APM and Micro, you'll be fine. You know, it's just that easy. Just click your units quicker. You know, guys, come on, it's not that hard.
Yeah, and if you make a mistake, just blow up one of your buildings to kill the entire enemy army.
Just kill the whole army.
So simple, honestly. Just so simple, honestly. I don't know why no one else is doing
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why is everybody else playing cars when you could just do Bloatier stuff, easy stuff?
But are we going to get Bloatier in here?
We can try if we can find him. Let's see, where's this Bloatier guy?
You can do that. Fine. I'm just a player.
Oh, you're just. Oh, thanks for your help, Hells. I appreciate this.
You know, I'm a gift. That's why I am present here.
Oh my god. Hold on. Look, I'm messaging him. I'm DMing him. We'll see if we can get Bloatier in here and we can actually talk about some of these games. Because it would be kind of interesting to hear his POV, right? Like, okay, hold on. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna steal him.
Yeah, abduct him into the channel.
Eventually.
Get there.
Eventually. I'm trying. Okay, there we go. Hey, how's it going, Bloatier?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta be feeling pretty good after that. I know. I'm kind of curious. Were you feeling like you were on the back foot in that Eternal Consequence game until a certain miracle happened?
Yeah, pretty much. The exploiter turned it, I think. But I mean, ARM is just on a timer. Like once the pounders come out, you're cooked.
Yeah,
It felt like you had a.
Oh, go ahead,Els.
It felt like you had a really good read on like the Cortex versus ARM progression, where it seemed like most players were really struggling to find that transitional period from grunts to incisors to pounders. You seem to somehow bridge that gap with like impeccable micro on the grunts into.
Honestly, I think that the grunt open might be bad, but I don't want to play the rovers, you know? I just don't like playing the rovers, but yeah, I mean, I just think that ARM can't play it, like, in the long term, so you have to end the game early with ARM, like, late tier 1 is just unplayable. So I do know that, like, okay, as long as I don't fall too far behind, I'm okay. Also, the other thing that I found out is just, you kind of want to be the one attacking, so that you can't use the blitz speed as the ARM player. So, like, the core player has to be the one attacking as much as possible, right?
Yeah,
Of course, it's hard because you don't have vision, but yeah.
I think we saw, like, we were talking about that a little bit, right? Almost every game, you were just being incredibly aggressive, making every fight on Otto's side of the map, and we saw an Eternal Consequence. You know, if your micro wasn't basically perfect, you take one bad fight and the game looks kind of over. Like, it just looks kind of like, how do you recover?
There was a couple of instances, especially like, yeah, Eternal swung to Otto's favor so much because of some bad fight I forgot, but yeah, it's just extremely difficult. You have like 500 milliseconds to react, maybe a bit less.
Oof.
It's like super fast, or you just die, and so you basically have to be staring at your units when the enemy engages. Otherwise, you're gonna get cooked.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of times why we haven't seen a lot of this core bot play, right? Is it kind of just goes that way, and they just lose their army, and then they just die, and then the blitzes are everywhere, and what can you do?
Because you're not the. We saw Sash play against Autopilot in a very similar fashion, and honestly, the game almost was a mirror of like one mistake, and suddenly Autopilot is just crushing the map state.
Didn't he play?
Didn't
he play core vehicles though?
He started grunts. And
yeah, I
then
think he started
grunts. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
fair enough. Yeah,
it was very interesting
it's really
to
difficult.
see.
Yeah.
But I mean, you played it perfectly, pretty much in every game.
Except when I lost the grunts.
The Eternal Consequence one where something bad happened, but you made up for it with that self-D on the constructing exploiter that I don't think Autopilot even expected.
I don't think we expected it, to be honest, either.
Really, no one did.
It was definitely insane. I know I wanted to ask, and I was kind of curious, but you banned Flooded Tabula every single game, every single set, I think, that I saw. Why is that?
Well, because it's a coin flip map. The C start is by far the best. Okay. You can't win against the C start if it just greets, right? Like, if you, as the C player, if you know that the enemy is going for something other than C, you make 2 cons and make the 4.0 maxes or whatever, and you just win the game instantly based on eco diff, right? You can then make labs on the shores with C cons and so on. So I don't really like the opening RNG. Like, you're basically forced to go C.
Yeah.
And then you have like the C battle with like 2 maxes each. I mean,
I see what you're. Yeah, it's like an 8v8 lane at that point, right? Like, that's not.
It's worse.
It's worse,
right? Like, there's way more space.
Yeah.
It's like the opening matters way more. You know, like if you go con first and the enemy goes Corvette first, then they win the game instantly, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's just too much RNG. I just don't enjoy that at all. Like, I don't enjoy the RNG aspect of the game.
That's pretty fair.
So I try to eliminate it.
On a side point, what would be, I think, out of this pool, your favorite map? Like, which one are you enjoying the most?
Look at that.
There's a lot of them.
Honestly, I think Canis is the best map. That one actually goes tier 2 as well sometimes, like in practice when I played against Randy, I think, or Jan. Actually, maybe not. Not that I think about it. What did go tier 2 is Red Rock. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I actually had some games where I won because I went tier 2, not like despite going tier 2. So that's like incredible.
I know.
But
go ahead, else.
Red Rock is pretty fun. I think, yeah, Canis, Red Rock, probably the best ones.
I think I might echo Lost's question here that I think you might want to ask, but Death Valley was a very fun map for us to watch because it felt like we were watching the 8v8 meta exploration in real time. We saw Randy innovate the defensive lockdown of mid. Then we saw, I forget exactly how it played with Sash versus Auto on that. But then we saw your evolution, which is secure the mid. You see Whistlers, and you're like, is this where I go T2 and make Sheldons?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that? Did you feel like it was the 8v8 reads coming through, or how does it play
I have the
differently during
conturets. I had the conturets set up. I had the rest pod set up, so I can repair for a long time. I had the twin guards, so at that point it just takes so long for Whistlers to kill the defenses. You can just go tier 2, right? And also, the effective army of like Thug, Rocketbot is like Giga Hard counter against, Janus plus Whistler, right? So, yeah, just felt kind of safe going tier 2 there. That's the goal there, I would say, in general, is going tier 2. I think that map should go tier 2 if it's played properly.
Yeah, it seemed both of you had a very similar idea of how you wanted to lock down the map, but with the bots, you had a much faster expansion into the secondary quadrant.
Yeah.
And
you want an LLT between the expansions, right, in the middle. As long as you get that down, then you can kind of turtle it, right? But if the enemy gets to cut you off from your expansion, then you die.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, I out of curiosity, if there was like, say like the next BPL, would you be interested in seeing like some of these maps again? Like something like Death Valley or, Tabula Flooded? Maybe Tabula Normal?
Lost might like Tabula.
Okay,
He might be a big fan of that
Look,
map.
they're entertaining game. I get where Blooder's coming from, It's definitely probably not the most fun to play, but fun to watch.
Boy, is it funny to watch. Yes.
Conceptually, I don't really like Death Valley because it's like the middle is so important.
Yeah.
It feels snowbally because of that, but obviously it's a small choke, so it's less snowbally than the usual bar map because, But like, if it was a different game, like I would be like, oh, this is like garbage. Like, why do we have to make the middle so important? Like, you have like those AoE2 maps where you have all the gold in the middle. It's like those are terrible, right? Like, no pro player wants to play those because it's like it just snowballs instantly.
Yeah.
Right? So it kind of feels like that. It should be like that, but obviously it's more choky than the bridge bar map, so it's like maybe not as bad. I don't know. I guess it would be fine to see it again because it didn't end up being that snowball. We did get like, I guess Auto was kind of a good game, to be honest. So, and then there was the Randy game, right?
The game is always fun, that man. I was wondering if Auto was gonna drop an agitator versus you. I saw him make the ACLT, and we saw the progression with Randy, right? After that, it was agitator time, but I don't think anybody's
unironically, Wolverines could have been it.
He made them. Auto made them. He was making them with the last.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess
we were discussing that whole progression. It was such a funny one to watch as the Casters League. Like, is this just gonna follow the whole Wolverine or Lasher into Wolverine meta? It kind of did, but you did a great job with your con tower set up to repair everything and hold the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 8v8 right there.
I said the same. I was so upset. I'm like, we're watching a horrible 8v8 lane. What are we doing?
That's the Mighty Sheep special right there. Get the conturets and the beamers.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Hells, I don't know if you have another question for Bloody, but I have to say congrats. That was definitely a very entertaining series, and never doubted. I called 4-1 for you the whole time. Don't listen to any lies. Never doubted.
We definitely called 4-1. We'll say that much. 4-1 was called.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
I don't know. I was always on your side. Never doubted. But...
Okay, of course. I'll look at the cast later.
Well, we don't have to do that. Shadow hide.
You see, the secret is this all happened before we went live.
Oh, true. That's right.
That isn't actually in the mod.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but like, thank you for the tourney. Thank you for the casters. Just by the way, you guys are really good duo. Like, really good casting duo.
It's always fun at casting with Hells. It's always pretty fun. Hopefully we can do more. I know, Hells and I think, enjoy casting at least a little bit every now and again. It's fun. It's pretty enjoyable.
Unless it's like 8 hours, I guess.
Well, you say 8 hours, okay? The worst is still that Alpha Cup, 13 hours. Okay, I don't know, man.
That was so bad. I was playing at 2 a.m. or something.
Oh my God.
I had never seen the maps before. Oh my God.
It's rough.
It's rough, yeah.
Well, All right, I think we will call it there then. And, you know, once again, congrats. And thank you guys for coming out and watching. Pretty fun tournament, actually. Very back and forth, I'd say, for much of the finals. And we will see you guys next time.